Fixing your chatting ratio is the fastest way to boost your profits, and in this video I'll show you exactly how to do it. We'll go through how to identify problems you might be facing and 5 actionable steps you can take today. So let's get straight into it. Now, how to identify the problem. What you want to do is not just guess where the problem might be. You want to collect data and make calculated decisions based on that. There's a bunch of things you can track, but to give you a few examples, reply time, which is really important. Tracking how long it takes for the chatters to respond to a message. Next, tracking how many fans reach the first PPV. This will give you an idea of how good your report building is, right? If a lot of fans reach the first PPV, it's probably good. In addition to that, tracking how many of them get to second, third, fourth, fifth PPV can give you an idea of how good your upsell is. And how many reply to the welcoming message, what percentage of your earnings come from customs, and so much more. But the main point here is that you want to collect data so you can make the correct decisions, not just change something in hopes that you did the right thing. Now, a lot of the times when we onboard a new model, there are still old scripts from the previous agency in the vault. And I see this a lot. The scripts are just so short. If you want to get a lot of money from a fan, you need a long script. Because if you have 3 videos in a script, you're gonna get what? $100, $200 maybe maximum out of him. But if you had 13 videos in there, for example, you can get upwards of $1,000 if you get the right fan, of course, and if your upsells are strong. But by having like a short script, you immediately eliminate the possibility of making a lot of money out of that interaction. If you need some ideas how to build scripts, you can check the video I posted about scripts. I'll also link it to this one. Now, this is an important part, desexualizing your model. So not presenting your girl like some whore that is on Onlyfans, but presenting her just like a regular innocent girl that just turns out to be on Onlyfans. By doing this, you can massively increase your PPV prices, use it in objection handling, which I will also go through a bit later, and sell more PPVs in a sexting session, because if you do it right, you can also send nude PPVs, which a lot of the subscribers will buy. Now, how do you actually desexualize the model is first marketing. And this is why I talk about safe for work marketing, not posting nudes anywhere, and basically you wanna present the model as an influencer, not as something they can buy. In the chats, you wanna have a specific persona, not being sexual out of the blue, letting the fan initiate sexual conversations, saying you're unexperienced, that you're shy, that you never done something like that, and so on. And this works really well with younger looking models. Now, next is building relationships. I know everybody stresses this out, and it's just really that important, right? The 80-20 rule applies in every business as well as in Onlyfans. So 20% of the customers are going to bring you 80% of your revenue. And why wouldn't you try to keep that 20% of customers for as long as possible and try to get them to spend as much as possible? And you do that by building relationships. If a fan trusts the model, he's more likely to spend, right? Just think about it. Like, would you spend more on your one-night stand or a girlfriend of 5 years, right? The more trust you build, the more he's going to spend. So build those relationships. Objection handling, a big one. Now, chatting is basically sales. And if you look up some videos on YouTube on objection handling in sales, you will see that you can use a lot of those examples in chatting, but you just have to rephrase it. And objections aren't always bad, right? If a fan objects to a PPV, he might genuinely not be interested in it. And objections aren't always necessarily bad. If a fan objects to a PPV, he may genuinely not be interested in it, right? But if you're rude to him and try to guilt trip him because he didn't buy, you're not gonna get anywhere. Just like in sales, you wanna find out why he didn't buy it and try to offer something else. For example, maybe he's interested in something specific and he just wanted a custom. If you're rude to him, you're never going to find that out. But if you're trying to find out, you are gonna. Side note, follow-ups are also really important. If you took your time to build all of that report, send a PPV and he didn't buy it, why wouldn't you spend a second more to follow up on a PPV after 5 minutes? It might turn all that lost time into a successful sales conversation with just one message. So follow up, guys. Last thing is team motivation. The worst thing that can happen is you bring again a lot of traffic and you get to the page and you see that your chatters aren't following up on messages, being dry in their conversations, and just not eager to make money. And it's not always their fault. It's your responsibility to build an atmosphere where your chatters are eager to learn more. Now, you do that by firstly having the correct pay structure. You need to have percentages in there 100% because you need to have some initial incentive for them to earn. Next, you wanna incorporate bonuses for reaching a specific earning threshold, so they have goals to reach every week. Also, having a leaderboard that shows who earned the most money to get them competing for that first, second place, and just building a competitive team of people that are eager to make more money. And if you got all of that and some of them are still not motivated and not making money, not putting effort in, you gotta think about cutting some of them off, as one weak link in the team can bring the rest of the team down. Now, these are the main aspects of chatting that we have worked on to improve our ratios. I hope you liked it. I didn't want to complicate it too much for you guys, but if you want a detailed breakdown on any of these topics, you can let me down in the comments. And if you like this video and you want to learn more about OFM, I would like to invite you to join our free Telegram channel. It's the first link in the description. And if you're a model or a chatter, the links to apply are right below that. I will also leave my Instagram down there in case you want to message me there. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.